Generating repeat business from past clients. Hi, my name is Roxanne Govari at Pemberley Realty here in San Diego, California, along with my partner Santiago Guerin.
Hello,
How's
everyone.
it going, Santi?
Doing great, doing great. Looking forward to having this StreamYard today on helping out all you agents out there that want to keep getting repeat business from your past clients. So you know, really excited about it.
Okay, so let's talk about this. What if I am brand new and I don't really have any past clients, and since the trend in the industry is to not call your clients past clients, but clients in general, let's call them clients. And what if we're brand new in the business and we don't have any clients? Then what?
That's a great question. I mean, I would say reaching out to people, I think that's probably the best way to get started.
The
Getting your
best
name
way to
out,
get
yeah,
started.
getting your name out there and having your presence in whatever space you want to be. If it's, with with your hobbies, with your family, I think all of them should know you're in real estate.
All of them should know into real estate. But you know what? I have noticed that in our business and in our industry, we as agents have the tendency to be all over the place like this, not really be uh, very system oriented and very organized. And we're not going like this or like this, but we're
Yeah,
going like this,
all over the
right?
place.
Right, all over the place.
Yeah,
So I would say the first thing to do is to actually get yourself more organized, get yourself to go like this. And so the first thing that I'd say is really important to do is get yourself organized, get it out of your head, get it on paper, get it to actually be able to look at it, organize yourself, and make lists.
yeah,
Wouldn't you say if you had lists of your friends, your relatives, your professional partners, your hobby friends, and you just basically make those lists one by one, and then organize all of those people into those lists. Then you can go ahead and start getting in touch with them and start working on getting business from them. Wouldn't
yeah.
you say?
I mean, I think that's a great thing to do because I mean, having all these people know you're in the space of real estate is, it can only work in your favor.
It can only work in your favor.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
And what are the interests? What are some of the things that interest you, for example?
Um, well, I love playing baseball, so I play on the weekends with a team. So
Oh, ooh,
yeah,
ooh. How many people are on the team?
I would say around 20 of us.
20 of you. Okay.
Yeah.
So have you told these friends of yours that you see once a week, correct?
Yep. Yep.
Do they all know that you're in real estate?
Of course. Of course. Yeah. They all know. I mean, and the team I play in, they're all older people, so a lot of people have family or starting to, starting their family and stuff like that. So I'm always in their head about, whenever it comes to buying or sell or, if they already have a house or selling, moving, whatever it is, to reach out to me. So
So all 20 of them are they in your phone? Are you able to send them a text, quick text, and say, "Hey, do you know of anybody that's thinking of buying or selling real estate?"
yes, I could say I do. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you see them every week. Are you asking them every week, "Hey, how's it going? Do you know of anybody that's thinking of buying or selling?"
That's a great question. That's probably something I would have to do a lot more. Maybe not
Right?
every week, but every so often when I remember.
There you go. But here's the thing. if you are in front of them and if you're reaching out to them on a regular basis, don't you don't you think that you'll start training them to think of you when when they come across people that are needing to transact in real estate,
Yes. Yes.
right?
100%.
Okay, now let's yeah.
Yeah, and what about like let's say you do have one person, you've had, you just started, you've had maybe one or two listings with two people. How do you stay um, not losing that client you used when they bought their place to, let's say eventually they sell, that you're the one, even if it's 5 years, 10 years down the line, that it's you that they go out to. How is it that you do it to stay in touch basically?
So you basically have to come up with a system, right? First, when you guys started with me many years ago, I was telling you that we have to make sure that we do our happy birthday cards on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. That one of the most important things that we have to do is to make sure that we do our birthday cards,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you guys know birthdays are really, really important, right?
Yeah.
So birthdays are really, really important. Home anniversaries are really, really important. In general, celebrations are really, really important. So celebrations are one of those instances where you have to make sure that that the people's important dates and people's celebratory dates are added to your calendar, and not to be an advocate of Facebook or any particular social media channel, but Facebook does a particularly good job of reminding about the birthdays. So one of my go-to places is every day to go on Facebook and check and see whose birthday it is. And of
Yeah.
course, on social media, we're all on social media. We all love to be on social media, and as part of that day-to-day activity, what I do is go on social media, go on Facebook, and check on those birthdays. And out of everybody that is in my daily feed of birthdays, there's one there's a few of those that are my clients. So I make sure not only to wish them birthdays on social media, but also take them out and follow up with a personal call. If I can't reach them with a personal call, either send a video message, send a text message, wish them a happy birthday, and the same with celebrations. Tell us about the idea that Pedro had yesterday, that he was saying that we need to implement today before the day is out.
Of course, yeah. There's great ways to get in touch with with all your people, it could be clients, past clients, or it can be just with new people that you don't that you maybe they haven't heard from you in a while. Today it's opening day. Everyone loves baseball, especially here in San Diego. The Padres are like the one team that we have here, so everyone looks forward to the Padres. So you can always shoot a text reminding everyone about opening day. That baseball, it was around the corner and it's here now, and that if you need anything, to reach out to you for any real estate needs. And you can change it and word it in a in a way that it can, go with the baseball opening day, but you can definitely reach out to people, and I'm sure you get tons of replies to it because Padres are very important here in San Diego.
Absolutely. Um, let's also touch on client events and gatherings and appreciation parties, right?
Yes. Hmm.
So, any ideas there that you want to share?
Huh. What events can you come up with? Or I mean, let's say you don't have maybe the money to throw big parties or events. What's ways that you can go out there and be in those events, or to be with more clients? How is it that you can do it?
How about the one that we just did last week on Thursday? What about that one? Is that one that you can invite a whole bunch of folks to and basically have an excuse to gather people around and gather them together and get to face, get to be face to face and remind them that, hey, I'm in real estate and I would love to be of service to you or to your family or your friends. How about that event? Because
I
we
mean,
didn't really, how much did you spend at that event per person?
just for 1 or 2 beers that I had, but
So tell us about that event.
yeah, I mean, it was a great event. It was they had different beers and a lot of like arts and crafts for everyone with different vendors. And you know, with a lot of vendors there, there's a lot of people who are looking to to buy some artwork or whatever it is. But we get to talk to
And
vendors
what
too
was
as
it called?
well.
It was called Art and Beer at Alesmith
I
Brewery.
think I think that's what it was called, yeah.
Yeah,
And there was a bunch of people, and you got to have some one-on-one conversations, and you're able to bring up, that you're in real estate, the whole spiel.
right. So again, it doesn't need to be an expensive thing. You can just basically invite people, and you can say they can pay for themselves, or you can pay for the first round, or you can pay for appetizers, and they can pay for the drinks. Any type of deal. The object of the game is to get together and to basically create connection between a group of like-minded
Yeah.
people. Not that necessarily that you're paying for everything, right? So happy hours could be one. Another one that I was actually really thinking about doing. We haven't done it so far, but it's something to consider, is to do a movie theater event, right? To rent out a movie theater for one of the popular movies and invite a whole bunch of people that can go to the movies and watch that. We have our next popular event coming up with that circles around Easter, that we're gathering people around and doing that. So another one that I really like to do is our Friday night dinners, right?
Hmm.
So it could be dinner parties that you do at your house, or what about the one that we talked about, gathering around some as the weather is getting nicer, and you can meet out and at some place like Crack Shack, which we
Yeah.
talked about,
Yeah, like
right?
a restaurant having a little, inviting people to join you and for lunch or stuff like that could always work out.
And it always works out. There was one that I was talking to. I actually met at a networking event. Those are another ones that are good, right?
Yeah.
Networking events that other professionals put together, and you can invite your clients to, and just basically make it an excuse to gather around and meet people. I actually came across a restaurant owner, and she was telling me that she's made a community room where people can meet in there and basically have a social event going on. That's another good way to gather people around and network together and drum up business.
Yeah.
Okay, another one. So we talked about postcards. We talked about parties. We talked about reaching out to folks around holidays,
Yeah.
right? And let's see, what else can we talk about?
I mean, what about, like, let's say, professional partners, or let's say if you know a doctor who are getting a lot of people, or um, let's say your friend is an attorney, or those type of friends or people that what's the best way to reach out to those to refer you business?
I think just like you develop friendships, you have to develop trust with people that have a database of their own in
Yeah.
order to get them to send you referrals and send you business. Because
Yes.
if they're going to send you business, they have to trust that you're going to carry their name well enough. They have to be able to trust that you're going to make them proud. Because if you don't service the people that they send you,
Uh-huh.
then you're an extension of them, and their client is going to look up to them, trust them, that if they're making a referral, they're making a referral to somebody that's going to do a good job,
Yeah.
right?
And
So,
I know you call it like the triangle of trust, or can you explain it for the agents that are watching this video, kind of how it works?
so triangle of trust is basically between you and I, there's a triangle of trust, right?
Yeah.
Now you go to your baseball game and you come across a friend of yours and you tell your friends, "Hey, how's it going? Are you happy where you're living?" And he says, "Well, no, actually, I'm renting right now, and I would much rather buy. And I've saved some money, and I would love to buy my own house, and I just don't know how." And you say, "Oh, well, I can actually have you talk to Roxanne. Roxanne knows a lot and I trust her. So why don't you go ahead and call Roxanne and Roxanne can take care of you." Then
Yeah.
when I call your friend, I'm going to say, "Hey, Freddie, nice to talk to you. I realized that Santi referred you over to me, and Santi trusts me. I trust Santi, and you know Santi, and you trust Santi. Therefore, you and I can trust each other."
Hmm.
And that's how you create a triangle of trust.
Yeah.
And because you trust me and I trust you, and I want to make sure that I take care of you, and you want to make sure you take care of Freddie, then I need to make sure that I take care of Freddie, because I want to make sure that the relationship with you that I have stays intact. So
Yeah.
I have extra incentive to take a great care of Freddie.
Yeah.
And that's the concept of triangle of trust.
I see. I see. And how do you build that initial trust with that first person if you don't have, let's say, all that much experience in real estate? Let's say you're a fairly new agent. How can you build that trust without having, like, let's say, like a record of work that you've done?
So, we always talk about speed to lead.
Yeah.
And we also talk about um, taking care of something right away.
Yeah.
So one of where we're talking about the tactic of doing the thing right then and there as quickly as you can,
Yeah.
right? These two hacks, or these two tactics, are the most important way to build trust.
Yeah.
If I tell you, so you give me a call, right?
Mhm.
And you don't leave me a message, and but I'm on the phone and I see you calling me, right? And as soon as I'm done with my phone call, I call you right away, right?
Yeah.
If I do that, will I build trust with you because I instantly called you back,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Now, if I tell you, so you call me and you say, "Yeah, Roxanne, I am looking for some contractors because I'm looking to upgrade my kitchen." And I say, "No problem, Santi. I know just the right contractor. I'm going to send you the number for that contractor within the next 10 minutes."
Yes.
Right?
Hmm.
Then we get off the phone, and I take an hour before I send you that contractor's name.
Yeah.
Am I building trust or am I breaking trust?
You're breaking trust.
So that's basically what it takes to either build trust or break trust. And if you're trying to get somebody's business, then these small hacks is um, what actually gets to basically create that connection with people. Now, if you think about it, buying and selling real estate is highly, highly emotional.
Yeah.
Right? So if it's highly, highly emotional, people are paying really, really close attention to these nuances because they are in a state of mind that they're in that highly emotional state. So you've got to even take better care of them when they are in that highly emotional state, because that's what really, really pushes them over the edge and either makes them to trust you more or makes them to actually not only not trust you or break trust with you, but also to be suspicious of you because they are in that highly emotional state. So if you say, it's going to cost you $5,000 to, it's going so this house is going to be $500,000, right? And you don't get back to them within you tell them, hey, I'm going to call you back right away so that we can put a offer on the property. And you don't call back right away. You take 2 hours instead of an hour. They're highly, highly emotional about getting this house. And now you take 2 hours to get back to them. Now, not only they are, they're emotional about it, but then they start getting really suspicious about, oh, why are you not calling me? Is this house sold? Did you lie to me about the price? So many different things go through people's mind that may not have anything to do with reality, but it has to do with timing and it has to do with that speed to lead that we're talking
Yeah, I agree.
about. Okay.
Yeah, those
All
are
right.
some good points. That we talked about today, because I feel like every new agent or seasoned agent should keep in there and in the
Yeah.
back of their mind the whole time. So
Exactly. So speaking of that, let's run our spiel.
yeah,
So viewers, if you are viewing this and if you find value in what we're discussing, please give us a 2 thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so that we can bring you more of these educational videos on a regular basis and you're notified when we're putting them out there. And also, if you are in the San Diego area and you like to be a part of a boutique brokerage that does amazing things, there is my phone number. You're free to give me a call, or you're also free to call my partner Santi here. There's his phone number. Okay, you can check us out at pemberleyrealty.com, or you can also reach us at joinpemberley.com if you are thinking of joining our team. Now, what is the advantage of joining our team? We are an independent brokerage, and you are not dealing with the conglomerate real estate offices. We can make decisions quickly, and we can help you excel and get to your goals faster and more efficiently. You can reach us and follow us on Instagram. You can also reach us and follow us on Facebook, or
yeah,
just give us a call.
exactly. Plenty of options for everyone. So
Plenty of options. And
yeah,
don't forget to give us a
thumbs
thumbs
up,
up and subscribe.
of course. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.